We got the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 about a week ago, and we did extensive tests throughout the week, and we discovered a lot of things that we are going to tell you in this video today, because it is going to be a really long review video because there are just way too many things to talk about the brand new Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus. Stay tuned. So first things first, we need to talk about the unboxing experience. The Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus here comes with a completely different packaging design. It is quite similar to the S10 series but not quite. And we also do not have two adapters for the Malaysian version, but we do get a TPU case. You can learn more about that at the top right corner there, which we will link down below also. Okay, so moving past the box itself, I think we should talk first about the brand new color option. So both the Galaxy Note 10 and the Note 10 Plus come with this Aura Glow color option. I guess calling it color option would not be accurate since it's more like a shiny reflective mirror that has different colors that come out of it depending on what angle the light hits it at. And well, I do think that the Aura Glow can have some interesting color effects. So I saw some on Facebook where they stuck on a sticker, a semi-transparent sticker with a texture of a kaleidoscope. So when the shining, shimmering, splendid Aura Glow shine on it, it looks really stunning. So depending on what type of taste that you have, maybe depending on your creativity and what accessories are available for the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 series, you might get some interesting effects with the brand new Aura Glow color. So for the display itself, you do get this 6.8-inch dynamic AMOLED display with 1440p in resolution. So I did a quick comparison between the size of the phone itself, the entire body of the phone, with the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, and it's pretty similar in size. It's just that the display is much bigger since the bezels around the top and the bottom and the sides are much thinner this time around. So we also need to talk about the brand new Infinity O display notch, which is at the center top right here. It is personally not my ideal position because I like it on the Samsung Galaxy S10 series where you just park it at the corner, but well, since the display is massive enough, this notch can be ignored pretty easily, so that's not a problem for me, like the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus that I've been using too. Then comes the brand new S Pen. Samsung actually reworked the S Pen by including a gyroscope in it, and the entire shape of the S Pen is also much more rounded and much more comfortable to hold as opposed to the much boxier design on the older Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Personally, I do prefer this kind of rounded design because it's much more comfortable to hold, press and write with it. And speaking of the gyroscope, what you can do here is launch your camera app, and then you can do this by pressing the button. And you can see that it's zooming. If I do this direction, it's zooming out. And then I can do this flick to change my camera, and do this kind of flick to change between camera modes. So if you are like me who shoot a lot of pictures using a tripod, then yes, this is a really useful feature. The other use of the brand new S Pen here is also to scroll between images in your gallery app. So for example, if I'm just viewing this image, I can do this and view other pictures. While on the subject of the brand new S Pen, we should also mention that the SDK for this pen is open right now, so you can download the SDK and start developing apps or just any useful features that you think are really practical for the brand new S Pen with a gyroscope in it. So earlier in this video, we also mentioned that the brand new Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus comes with a lot of intricate changes from the previous generation of Samsung smartphones. So one of it is moving the power button from the right side to replace the Bixby button on the left. So for left-handed users like me, I find this to be really amazing. Since it's replacing the Bixby button, you can actually reprogram it to do whatever you want. So you can press and hold to wake Bixby or have it to show your power menu. So for me, I just gonna leave it at power menu, and double pressing launches the camera app because that's how I got used to Samsung phones in the past, but it is nice to have an option to completely disable Bixby right now. Now, since the power button has been moved to the left side and even the volume keys are on the left side, I find it a bit difficult to take screenshots, but given that Samsung has implemented this beautiful Edge panel shortcuts which you can actually take screenshots with, I find it to be okay. It's an alternative, but I sometimes do wish that I have the option to just take screenshots by pressing buttons on both opposing sides. Another thing Samsung has changed on the Note 10 Plus is to move the under display fingerprint scanner a tad bit higher. So I do find it a lot more ergonomic than the Samsung Galaxy S10 because how your fingers naturally reach to the fingerprint scanner is much more convenient now, I guess, much more natural since it's a bit higher. And I really thank Samsung for paying attention to these kind of small intricate details that really enhances the user experience. Another brand new change that Samsung has done is the Samsung DeX itself. So you no longer require a dock to use Samsung DeX. You can just plug in a USB-C cable to your laptop or desktop and you can use it like a virtual desktop. So I find it to be really interesting, but you do need a desktop client for it to work. That's kind of expected, but I do think Samsung can further improve this by just taking a small chunk of the internal storage. Once again, you do get 256 gigs of internal storage as your bare minimum, so that's insane. So maybe just take like 200 megabytes off of that 256 gigs and then make it a CDFS partition and put a portable version of Samsung DeX desktop client into that partition. So if Samsung put portable versions of the Samsung DeX app into that CDFS partition, that means I do not require any internet connection to download that app itself. So I can just run everything off the phone itself. Then comes the headphone jack, or lack thereof, because it does not have one. And I find it to be a bit jarring since I do think the removal of the headphone jack is a bit too premature as of now, even though there are a lot of wireless options out there. But well, you can click on the video at the top right corner there to know why audio delay sucks. Well, if you're not playing games, then you shouldn't worry. If you're looking to buy an audio jack dongle for your brand new Samsung Galaxy Note 10 series of smartphone, you should take note that it only supports those with a DAC built in. So we have this simpler one from Ugreen. It's a direct pass-through from USB-C to 3.5mm headphone jack. This does not work with the Galaxy Note 10 series of smartphone. Why? Because there's no DAC. To make it simpler, you need a USB sound card for it to work. And our microphone here actually has a sound card in it, and we plugged it in and it works. So yeah, you have to take note of DAC. Samsung themselves do sell a dongle, which I think it's coming to Malaysia soon. If the price is right, then it will cost about 60 ringgit. And then comes the cameras on the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus. So you might have wondered why there's extra dots right here. That is for the brand new depth vision camera. So in addition to the usual main camera, telephoto and ultra wide angle camera lenses, you do get this brand new depth vision sensor. So this depth vision is technically more of a 3D time of flight camera, but Samsung decides to call it depth vision. So that's what we have here. The picture quality that comes out of the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus right here is as expected. So you do get really nice color consistency between all three cameras, and I do think that the white balance is also very consistent between all the three cameras, which other competitor smartphones are having sort of an issue with its color consistency. And then we also have to mention that the night mode on the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus has been improved as well. So we took all of these three pictures in night mode with the three different cameras. We do realize that the noise level on the telephoto and the ultra wide angle lens is a bit higher than the main camera, and we uploaded the picture to Facebook and no one commented about the noise level. So if you're using it solely for social media purposes, I think it's perfectly fine. Oh yeah, by the way, another change that the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus has is on the video side of things. So the Super Steady video is now available for your main camera as well, so you do get autofocusing for your Super Steady videos, but it is locked down to 1080p 30fps. And without a surprise, obviously it's going to work really nicely. Then back to the 3D TOF camera, or depth vision as Samsung calls it. So this brand new depth vision sensor is only used for two reasons. Number one, live focus videos. It's surprisingly accurate, it's fast, but yeah, it just adds real-time effects to your videos. So if you want to look cool and you want to make it really simple, then yeah, that's an option for you. And secondly is the 3D object scanning. So I tried scanning a lot of things using the brand new Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus, and it is a bit limited at this time because of its resolution, I suppose. I still don't know what's the resolution of this 3D TOF camera, but from what I can test it with, it cannot scan any Gundams. It can scan a lot of plush toys that we have here, because plush toys are usually just big, round, fluffy objects that are just big. They don't have any intricate details or whatever, so the 3D TOF camera works perfectly fine for that. Then let's talk about performance, because the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 series is the first one in the company to be using the new Exynos 9825 chipset. So in this chipset, it is also the world's first chip to be fabricated using 7nm with EUV process or extreme ultraviolet, which you can learn more at the top right corner right there, because we also did an extensive post, well, not so extensive, more of a crash course kind of thing. And it opens the door to performance increments by packing in much more transistors in the future. So in terms of performance, when compared to the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, the brand new Exynos 9825 found on the Note 10 Plus is slightly better overall, but I do realize that the 3D performance, the graphical performance on the Note 10 Plus, it's significantly higher than the Samsung Galaxy S10 series. We also did some additional tests for LOL, so here are some graphs when comparing the performance in 1440p resolution and also in 1080p resolution. Also, the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 is using the brand new UFS 3.0 storage chips, so I do realize that the loading speed is a lot faster compared to any other phones that we've used so far, so that's amazing. But then again, what about the battery life? So the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus here comes with a 4300 mAh battery, which I think is quite good, and it lasts for about 11.5 hours in our battery test. That is in 1440p resolution, so we also tested the same test by using 1080p resolution, and it got nearly 14 hours in our battery life test, so that is a significant improvement by just lowering the resolution. As for charging speeds, it is safe to say that if you are just using that 25W charger that is included, you can charge to 50% of battery in 16 minutes, 75 in 28 minutes, and if you are using the older chargers, then you can charge it from 15% to 50% in 28 minutes to 75% in 50 minutes. As for the standard 10W charger, it takes about 44 minutes to charge to 50% and 77 minutes to charge it to 75%. Also, here's the graph that includes high-powered chargers that does not support the 45W charger. It's kind of surprising to see that they just dropped to 15W charging, and well, yeah, you can't even get 25W of charging. So I do expect future releases of these new chargers to support Samsung standard, and we'll just have to wait for that to come out in the market. Okay, so we've talked a lot about the brand new Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus right here. So what do I think about this phone in general? It's a complicated thing because Samsung has a lot of changes that they did not mention on the phone itself. So on paper, if you just watch the launch alone, you would think that it's not really that good. When I finally get to use it, to review it extensively, I found out that it's actually a lot better than the Samsung Galaxy S10 that we have here because of all the improvements, the quality of life improvements, the buttons, the fingerprint scanner location, and I find that to be just really Samsung because they really pay attention to this kind of details that a lot of people won't care. So kudos to them for that, and I think the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus is a fantastic smartphone for the year 2019. But the removal of the headphone jack is unfortunate, and I do hope for them to bring it back next year. So that is all for the review of the brand new Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus right here. I hope you subscribe to our channel so we can bring you more contents like this in the future, and we will see you next time. Bye!